Gabe, what are your thoughts on the way your team was able to win both of these last two games back-to-back with the pinch hit home runs late? According to some of the broadcasts, it's the first time in Major League history that's happened in consecutive games with pinch hit homers.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. The first thing I'll say is, in order for us to get to that moment, we have to pitch really well and play really good defense. And I guess it doesn't really matter if you score early or you score late, as long as you score more. And in this particular case, I noticed that we played quality defense behind Logan Webb. He's a ground ball pitcher. He's a contact pitcher. He was able to get some strikeouts today, but for the most part, ball was on the ground and we picked up the ball behind him. And obviously, Darren Ruff cutting a runner down at second base was huge for us. One of the major decisions prior to the game was, putting Darren out there, and obviously he came up big for us. But we haven't been playing our best defense, I don't think, over the course of the last 10 games or so. This was definitely a step in the right direction. Solid quality defense, and Logan was excellent. And then my thoughts on the pinch hit at bats continue to be about the preparation. Our guys are ready for those moments. They know what they're looking for. They know what needs to be done. Slater's at bat was just as big as Donovan's. I think he goes down 1-2 and fights his way through that at bat. Interesting. One of the major considerations is who hits first there between Slater and Solano. And one of the reasons we like Slater taking that first at bat is because we feel like he can draw a walk against the lefty. It's kind of dangerous. He can also take you deep. And we know that he's going to be prepared for big pinch hit at bat. So Donovan's going to get all the credit and the glory for the homer, which he should. But don't sleep on how huge that at bat from Austin Slater was.
And we'll go to Kerry next.
Gabe, another excellent start for Logan today. You talked pregame about kind of his confidence, and I'm just curious what it's been like for you to see him develop this year, going from a changeup guy in spring training to primarily sinker slider at this point in the season and having the success that he's had.
I think the beauty of him kind of leaning on the sinker slider combination is that changeup's going to start coming out again. And I don't want to make any specific comparisons here, but Aaron Nola was a guy that I got familiar with in Philadelphia, and he had a curveball and a running fastball, also a four-seamer. But he began to lean on the combination of those two pitches. But he also has a nasty changeup. So when that changeup comes out, it's even more effective. And I think we're kind of seeing that with Logan. I mean, obviously he was leaning heavily on the changeup because it's a great pitch, and he's going to be able to go back to that the right time. The biggest difference, of course, is the efficiency. The contact, the comfort with the contact, the comfort with the movement being what makes the difference for him. And it's why he's pitching deeper into games, even after he gives up a run, why we trust him to keep throwing strikes and keep us in that game. It's excellent outing for Logan.
Thank you.
Alex.
Hey, Gabe, you mentioned yesterday with Lamont that he's a guy who does have pull power, but maybe not what you're expecting in that situation. Donovan really has not been a power hitter for you guys. It probably, again, not what you're expecting. What do you make of the fact that you guys aren't getting pinch hit doubles to tie these games? You're getting home runs to swing the games.
Yeah. So with Donovan, he's got pop, right? So one of the things that makes him so effective is the angle at which he hits the baseball. We talked a lot about this last year, but when he hits a ball hardest, he usually hits it on a line. And he also tends to get it in the air when he's at his best. And so sometimes what happens is when he mishits balls, it gets over an infielder's head. But we saw a lot of this last year. He has the ability to really drive the ball in gaps and put it in the seats as well. And the power stroke hasn't shown up quite as much this year, but we know it's still in there. So certainly doesn't surprise any of us in the dugout that Donovan was able to jump on that pitch. Again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it really is about the preparation. And I don't think Donovan went up there trying to hit a homer, but he knew what he was looking for. He jumped on that pitch and was able to elevate it and get in the air. Just so happened it went out of the ballpark.
And Marco.
Hey, Gabe, can you talk about the maturity that Webb showed in that sixth inning? I mean, it seemed like, after what supposedly was an error, but then it got changed because it hit Canna's foot. It seemed like he always was able to regain his composure there and just was able to get out of that inning. I mean, can you talk about that for me, please?
Sure. I mean, that's a big play, obviously. And I know you're not asking about this, but I really appreciated the way the umpires huddled on that one, because they really did need to get it right. We can't review that play. And we knew that it hit the base runner, but I think they needed to get together and make sure that they saw it correctly. And they took their time out there. And at the end of the day, we just want to get those plays right. With respect to Logan's composure, I really don't think that he lost it. He would have lost it had that been a first and third situation. He had his composure all the way through that game, and I really feel like he could have given us a little bit more. Just felt like the right time to get him out of there.
And Danny.
Yeah, can you provide any details on the nature of Evan Longoria's trip to the injured list?
Just that he had the booster shot for the COVID vaccine and felt some symptoms, and we wanted to make sure that he's feeling all right.
Chris.
Gabe, can you talk about the importance of this win in context of an off day? And I think you have 16 straight games with no off day. So just kind of the importance of getting the series win and then moving forward with the schedule you guys have.
Yeah, I mean, look, like we used our weapons the last couple of days in the bullpen, so the off day is coming at a good time. It'll be a nice little reset for us, and then we have our work cut out for us in this series with the Mets. It is a stretch of a lot of games in a row, and it is an East Coast swing where we're going to go play two tough teams, and the Mets in Atlanta. But for us, as it always has been and will continue to be when we talk about this, it's just one game, right? It's the first game of the series. It's the first game of the road trip that we're going to be focused on. And I think we're going to be able to reset here with the off day and use that as a catalyst to recover a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take the final two from Susan and Maria so we can get to the players. Susan, go ahead.
Yeah, just confirming that Sammy would now start the Tuesday game. Is that the plan?
We haven't completely crossed the finish line. I think it's a pretty good bet at this point. We're probably going to discuss it a little bit on the plane, and we're not quite ready to make the announcement. I think that's a good bet.
Maria.
My question was also about the Mets rotation or the rotation for the Mets series. So that's fine.
Yeah, right now, I don't want to say it's in stone, but I think you can look for Long, Cueto, and Woody.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all we have.
All right, thanks.
Hey, Logan, was there any particular key for you today? It looked like you kind of everything was working for you, especially early.
I think the emphasis today was mainly getting that two seam going early, and they're a pretty patient team, so we wanted to try to flip the script on them a little bit and make them start swinging early. And I thought the two seam I've been working on it the past couple of days, last couple outings. I felt good with it, but today was the best it's felt for a couple outings.
Was it pretty clear to you that ball had struck Canna on the liner? Did you see it happen?
Yeah, I heard it. I think we all heard it. We all pointed. I don't know, kind of yelling at the umpire saying, "Hey, it hit him." But definitely, I heard it. And I'm happy they made that call. I don't know. I think it's a non-reviewable play, so definitely happy with the call, and it was the right call too.
Harry.
Logan, I know you pitched here a few times, but growing up here a lot, or growing up and coming to games here a lot, does it mean something to you to have success at this stadium and against this team?
Definitely. I think it's 2 games against them or 3 against them now. My first 2 weren't very good, so going into it, I knew about those games and just wanted to kind of do a little better against these guys this time around.
Sounds good. So you've pitched this year already almost double than the innings that you pitched last year. What are some ways that you're trying to stay fresh down the stretch?
I think it's mainly just kind of sticking with the routine. It was frustrating earlier this year because I think I was right around the amount of innings that I threw last year right before I got hurt, and that was pretty frustrating. And I had a lot of talks with our trainers and everything just to kind of get, I thought I had a pretty good routine before, just get a better routine going, just to make sure, that thing just didn't happen again. And kind of just sticking with that and doing that. And you really never know what can happen, but just doing that and going out there and feeling good is the main thing. And I think when you stick with the routine and trust that routine the whole year, it's huge.
So what exactly did you change about the routine, if you're all right with sharing?
Nothing much. There's just a little more like arm care stuff that I really didn't know that I had needed. Kind of just adding to the program that I already had, and kind of just sticking with it and making sure I do it every single day, and just kind of, like I said, sticking to it.
All right, we're going to take whoever's left in the queue now. Marco.
Hey, Logan, you've been the Giants, arguably their best pitcher this past month. You can talk about how, you kept your composure there in that sixth inning with all the, with the call going on and the umpires, huddling and, conveying for a long time before they got the call right. And just also, is your confidence at an all-time high right now? Thanks.
I think, I really struggled with this before with kind of hits that are like Kemp's hit. That was a great piece of hitting by him. I made not a great pitch and a 2-strike count, and he put the ball in play. And then Canna, he did a great job. So I kind of just have to. I used to struggle. I'm not saying I used to, but I feel like I used to make me so mad, and now I've been talking to the coaches and other pitchers that have been around for a while, not letting that stuff affect me, or at least trying not to let it affect me, and kind of just sticking with our game plan. Even if there's guys on nobody on the bases, like kind of sticking with that same game plan, going attacking these hitters. And I think that's honestly the main thing.
And Susan.
Yeah, Logan, just in general, I wanted to ask you about the way your team's been playing, but both of these last two games and then the stretch that you've been on overall, and your thoughts as you guys are coming kind of into the home stretch.
It's been fun all year. It's been especially fun these last couple weeks. We lost 2 in a row and people started freaking out a little bit, which is crazy, but that's just the type of division that we're in, the type of race that we're in. And these guys, our hitters and our team, I feel like just brings it every single day, and we're never out of a game, I don't think. And I think we've been proving that.
And last one, Chris.
Can you just talk about how important this series win was in the context of you have one off day and a long stretch, I think 16 in a row, just the importance of getting that momentum as you have a really long stretch coming up?
Oh, it's huge. I was pretty frustrated coming out of the game. I wanted to leave that game at least 0-0. But I think it was huge. It's hard not to look at the scoreboards out there and see what's going on in some of the other games. And the Dodgers had won 9 straight, and you can see that. And so it was huge the last 2 days. Like I said, you don't want to look out there, but unfortunately, it's just the human nature of kind of peeking at it. And we did a great job in the late innings in both of these last 2 games, and it just shows what type of team we have.
Okay, that's it.
Thanks, guys.
Que si puedes explicarles el turno al bate, qué era lo que estabas buscando, qué era lo que estabas esperando.
Bueno, yo nunca me le he enfrentado a ese pitcher. Sé que tiene una buena recta y un buen slider, pues tratando de aprovechar su recta y buscarle la recta en los primeros picheos y algo que estuviera cerca a mi cuerpo. Y pues ese fue el plan, gracias a Dios, pude conectarla bien.
Well, first of all, I have never faced that pitcher. I know that he had a very good fastball and a slider. So my frame of mind was to go look for a fastball, maybe something close to my body. And thank God he threw me one, and I just made a good swing at it.
Terry?
Donovan, can you take us through your preparation for that at bat? Where were you getting loose for it? And was anyone coaching you up on what to look for against puck?
Si puedes hablar de tu preparación antes del turno al bate, donde tal vez calentaste un poquito, ¿quién te habló o te dio alguna información con respecto al pitcher?
Bueno, estoy preparado ahora para los pitchers zurdos. Bueno, en cualquier situación le he comunicado al manager de que me puedo utilizar y pues él se ha comunicado mucho en las situaciones que me va a utilizar y pues al ver el pitcher zurdo pues ya comencé a prepararme mentalmente, ver video, nunca me lo he enfrentado como lo dije y pues nada, buscar algo que pueda manejar, que pueda llegar a base, eso es lo más importante, llegar a base y pues gracias a Dios que salió un jonrón y poder ayudar al equipo a ganar.
Well, now I'm basically getting myself ready for any type of situation to hit, especially against lefties. I have told the manager that I am ready for any situation that he needs me. But when I saw the lefty come up, I started getting myself mentally ready. I went and got some video to see what he was throwing. And when I went up to the plate, my whole idea was to get something that I could drive, something that I could hit to get him on base.
Thank you.
And Susan?
Donovan, you guys have been doing this sort of thing a lot lately with big pinch hit lates, including yesterday, obviously with Lamont. But sort of inspiring for you guys that when you come up yourselves in a situation like that's a sort of a thing that you guys have established that you can do now.
Pues básicamente han estado haciendo esto ya toda la temporada, que vienen, batean de emergente y pegan cuadrangular. Lo acaba de hacer Lamont, lo haces tú. ¿Es esto algo que los motiva a ustedes, que empiezan a creer en ustedes, que cuando vienen en esta situación de batear de emergente, creen que pueden pegar cuadrangular?
Bueno, sé que nosotros, puedo hablar de que somos un equipo, jugadores que están buscando siempre hacer las cosas de la mejor manera, ayudar al equipo a ganar en lo que uno pueda. Y pues una bendición que salgan así, salgan con jonrones y pues que me haya pasado a mí hoy, pues particularmente antes de ir al home de bateo, pues miré mis estadísticas, vi que tenía 28 RBIs y pues me imaginé pues pegando un jonrón y decir, "Uy, sería chévere pegarlo y ponerlas en 30 RBI y pues que habrá sentido Le Mans ayer cuando pegó el jonrón y pues y al ver que la bola se iba a ir y que Dios me ayudó a batearla y todo, pues solo puedo decir gracias a Dios por esta oportunidad, poder vivirla y poder ayudar al equipo a ganar y poner una buena posición para seguir como hemos venido haciendo, ganando y buscando la forma o las pequeñas cosas para poder ganar y poder poner al contrario en una posición incómoda.
Well, what can I tell you? We are a team that it's a team. We want to win. We want to put our 2 cents in to help the team win. However, what can I tell you? I just happened to look at my stats. I saw that I had only 28 RBIs. And I kind of envisioned, and I was like, okay, it would be nice for me to get up to 30. I started thinking, what did Lamont feel when he hit the home run and drove in the winning run? So, that was my my mental stage. On the other hand, I just want to thank God because He's the one that helped me hit the ball. He's the one that's given me that opportunity to do this, and we as a team just want to try and do the best that we can to make the opposition feel uncomfortable. We want to win games, but at the same time, we want to make the opposition feel uncomfortable.
What have you thought about the kind of dramatic ways you guys have won these last 2 games and how, I mean, pressure packed those 9th innings can be after the offense is delivered for you twice in a row late in these games?
It's been really exciting. Like I was talking to Buster after the game, it feels like pretty much like a playoff series, pretty much like sold out crowd. everyone's into it, and then having to pinch hit late homers back-to-back nights. And for us to win both those games is huge. So
you and Tyler and Dom have all had to work a lot in the last few games, but do you guys take a lot of pride in being available and being out there for a team that's consistently given you opportunities in the late innings and consistently giving you these high leverage looks?
Yeah, I think us at the back of the end of the bullpen, you know, if you have three guys like me, Raj, and Dom in the back of the bullpen, we want to be up almost every day, but they've been really good about giving us days when we really need it. So just communicating and make sure you feel good enough to pitch that day is going to be huge for us the last month of the season.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Alex.
Hey, Jake, have you had to change anything just with the way you view, your preparation late in games, just knowing that, a lot of times when a team is down, you can kind of see where it's going. And this team, it seems like, pretty quickly they can have you in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of just stick with your routine. And then, the last few days, I think we've came back quite a bit, but the last few days, you just got to make sure you're ready. And, I feel like all of us down there are ready to go almost every day and stick with the same prep and routine. And, it's been working really well.
And we'll go last one, Marco.
Hey, Jake, and congratulations on these last 2 saves for you. It seems like you've gotten your confidence back, but maybe it might have been a little shaky just a couple weeks ago. But how are you feeling right now with it, and how your mechanics are right now with you?
I've been feeling really good. I had a few games where I felt like a little off, and then the last 3-4 days I've kind of like honed that in and started using my clean fuego and focusing on my mechanics a little more. And the last 2 games I'm exactly where I want to be and where I was before. I feel good about it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have it. Thank you very much.
All right,
Jake.
thank you.